Yo, what's up, cyberspace? Welcome to the Project Overclock. And in this few minutes, I will share with you how to mend an defective RTX 2080 or bugged. So the nature of my bug is sometimes, mostly when the X12 is on. Now, it's important that I only play Battlefield 5 and I only play it on my ultra settings, and to get the best performance I need to overclock my processor and need to make sure that processor utilizes enough GPU. The nature of the bug is that it is related to the power phase shift, I think, or some other mysteries. Basically, too many things can cause it, and some of it are because of the recording is on in game, and the game loads, and the X12 is on, and a lot of this related to it. Alt tabbing can cause my bug, which will cause the drivers to fail, and the loading of a new map will cause that shit, and just a loading menu can cause that shit. And when the Battlefield game loads from this half screen to full screen, it can cause that bug. Later, the bug is basically an black screen, driver fails, my fans are starting to run suddenly at 100%, and the only option I have is pretty much restart the PC and try again, unless I will see that it will not solve itself. So pretty much it has to do with the overclock and the power limits of the C power of the GPU. So I don't know shit about computers, but recently I spent 2 months playing on my holiday. I bought the video card and I found so much new fucking information, and in the end of the day it birth to its own ideas that we will find further on about on this channel. Project X, Project Unreal Universe for you. So, one of the important things is that on Battlefield on the X12, it will be the bug will occur. However, if I run the game at the X11, I can overclock my video card up until whatever the fuck it is, and the game will run fine. However, I prefer the ray tracing features and the LSS, dynamic whatever, anti-aliasing, that makes the performance better and visual better. But I can run that shit on my RTX 2080 only on resolution in game higher than what it is. Let's say the minimum is on my 1080p 144 Hz FreeSync monitor. I can smoothly run the game with that feature on this resolution, which is I believe 1440, and this feature is called NVIDIA DLSS. It's a new feature that improves the anti-aliasing performance, shading, ray tracing, pretty much makes the game look fucking good. So it's worth this degradation. Now for some reason I somehow managed to make this not blurry, which is fucking good. I'm not sure what I've done for it. Now these were the settings that I run it just a second before. No scaling, CPU, like so. So my monitor is slightly bigger than the resolution. So I'm just gonna keep it back where it was, and don't fucking and change one thing at a time. Don't change 15 things at a time as I did. Remember, patience is the key. Whatever the game you play, whatever task you do. This I would advise you to keep to optimize it for 1920 for 1080, even if you intend to run it in a higher resolution. And what I need is here, this one, because this one would have this feature on. Okay, I'm not gonna touch it now because I just got it the best I could. Although if I will enter the game and if it will not bug out, you will still not see these beautiful pictures I see, because I'm recording with NVIDIA, which is supposed to be fucking turned off, the overlay, as well as the origin overlay for the Battlefield, but I still use the either recorder or instant replay for the 2 minutes with the highest quality 100 megabytes hard drive utilization. Okay. So my GPU, what's my GPU saying? It doesn't need that bad. All right. So how to optimize, how to mend your broken whatever RTX or your RTX bug. I assume that shit is gonna relate to any other video card that is sometimes normal, but on the X12 it's bugged. So it bug on the X12 occurs because of the manual overclock. So as you can see on this picture, as I restored all the all the graphs to its root, so I can see this graph. To get this graph, you have to first know my video card is RTX 2080. However, it's Aorus edition and Aorus software. However, because I have ASUS motherboards, I cannot fucking change the profile, so I have to make my own. And the only thing I can do it with MSI Aft burner, very fucking nice program. If I would buy a video card, I would buy it either from NVIDIA itself, fuck that all that colorful bullshit, or MSI, because this program is amazing. Alright, so this is beta. MSI Interburner beta can only customize this graph, and after you install it, you go to settings, and as my settings, I found that it's best. The experience showed me that this shit should be on, all of this. Fan, enable user defined software automatic fan control, keep it like so. If you don't want it to get to 70, keep it like that, but it doesn't usually, so I don't know. Probably my processor should go better, should go higher, so then it will. But it's for another day. Apply. Now we click Control F. If you don't have this graph on it, you have to go OC scanner. You can click either Control F or you click on here or Control F. Okay, so you go OC scanner. I'll click here and go for the scan. So it's gonna, after some time, it's gonna take maybe 20 minutes, and it's gonna give you this graph. And now I would not advise you to keep it. I would save that graph to the new profile. It's gonna start it from the beginning again. And like basically right now, I would try the new, not the new settings. I just put the separate wire again. So separate wires go into the power supply, and two separate wires go into the GPU. So I have two separate wires hanging that comes out of those two wires. Okay, but I'm still gonna make it as I know that it will work, and then we'll test later, because I know this shit will work. So if you have it, if your overclock scan is different, you can try it on the X11. It will work on the X12, probably not. So I hope it will work with two wires, because I need a video card overclock, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna do what it does. So I'm gonna restart it again, yeah, and it's gonna give me to its default. Now you can see this graph, something called overclocking and undervolting. So overclocking basically increasing this shit up. So at 1000 MV, I don't know what the fuck is MV, on 1000 voltage, your graphics card is gonna do, oh shit, 1980. Okay, so 1980 it will do 1975 voltage. It will do this frequency, and this frequency 1980, it is what is a maximum number. Nope. This is the maximum number that is shown on the box of the Extreme Aorus RTX 28 GB video card. It is 18,900. This one. Okay, so this is the number. So what you have to do is you have to make this line after here go straight. Alright? And this long time. So I'm just gonna sacrifice this video for the second wire. Another second wire, second. Nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna do it with you because I know it works. Okay, so you click, you pick that number, and you firstly have to see if the video card is willing to work with you, maybe RT. And okay, it didn't change the whole remaining line, so we're gonna try again. No, it didn't. We're gonna try again. No, it fucking didn't. So you have to do this bullshit one by one. So pretty much the only thing I know you can do is this. You can make it smaller, you can make it shorter, and what you can do, you can make this kind of look smaller, but and this like this. But I found it's not very good for the purpose of further things that will be done. So remember, it's beta version, right? You cannot do that shit. You couldn't do that shit on the normal version. So you're gonna take it and you're gonna put it down. It's better to have a bigger screen so you can regulate without using buttons. You can only do up and down, and you can lock the number, and it will always stay at this frequency. Okay, so we're just gonna do that shit. Maybe it will help us, maybe not. I don't think so. And again, it's increased value. Now we're gonna do it again. Okay, so we're gonna keep it within 1890, and this is the best. Now, if that shit is not gonna work, you put power limit to 95, and then you do that. And then you do the same, and it will definitely treat itself. Since we do it one by one, like sometimes when the RTX is in a good mood, you just do this, and it adjusts all the other by itself. Fuck. I don't know what this here mood depends on. I really don't know. So you're gonna make sure it's 1890 maximum everywhere, and you're gonna do one by one. Plus the mouse input lags a bit when you do this bullshit. You're gonna take this L off, it doesn't help for shit. It is a very annoying procedure. I do not know the root of it. I wouldn't like to test as much as I would like the two wires, because sometimes if your power supply is shit, you have to connect it on two different rails. So you have to connect the video card to 8-pin PCIe to two different slots on your PCU, so it will not make it over fucking work or something. But to be honest with you, I just put the second wire in, and my PC loaded in like fucking a second, you know? Like literally in a second. I didn't even have that loading screen on, so fuck, you know? Maybe that shit worth trying out. So if you run your video card on one wire from the PCIe 8-pin to the CPU, to the PSU power supply unit, maybe it wasn't enough, but I tried before. I tried so many fucking different ways. It took me 2 months to get fucking stable gaming. I wouldn't say that I hate them, but I paid a lot for this shit, and I learned a lot for this shit as always, you know? You pay a lot for those lessons, and it has purpose. But before, a few minutes ago, when I made a video about the perfect Battlefield 5 settings, and as I said, I play an ultra video with the increased resolution and ray tracing on, and DLSS on and increase. Yeah, basically the problem is that that it bugged out. Fuck. Okay, not too bad. So we're gonna see how this is gonna work now, and after that video I'm gonna continue my overclock. Ideally I want it to work like they say it can work, because it doesn't get hot at all. It stays within 50 and it gives me stable gameplay, but I achieved the stability by not seeing the frame cut by increasing my, what was it, that setting that everybody tells to put on 0, the motion sickness, motion blur, yeah, motion blur. Okay, so after we're done with this, now remember this number, the reason there is this number is first of all that video card is gonna make this number, right, at this point. And why is this number? Because this is the frequency, the maximum boost frequency that says by the box, on the box, right? Right. Also in my NVIDIA settings, it's currently on maximum frequency, and it doesn't heat up, so which means that it doesn't really degrades the maximum performance mode. So just gonna keep it this way to prevent the power shifts, because power shift what kills and what makes my video driver crash. I'm not one of those animals who play on low with this kind of video card to get maximum performance, to kill every fucking one. I enjoy while I'm playing game, and it's the only game that I play. So if the video card is in a good mood, if I press OK, it will stay like so. If it's not in a good mood, if I press OK, I'll have to do that shit again. Damn. Fucking beauty RT. RT, RT. RT, RT. RT the teacher. Fuck's sake. Anyway, you save it as your profile. Close it. You test it after that shit, but I don't want to test it. I don't want it to intervene. I want it to see this in game because it's too perfect to be true. After it degrades, this shit can get fucked up. Like this graph, I don't know what the fuck is it, but it's important. If it's fucked up, it's fucked up. So what I'm gonna do now, I don't want to enter the game because I want to restart my PC to ensure, and that is when I restart it's gonna be the same. All right, and then I just make it call the video second part. If you are here in the search, that's how you do it. You make sure it's not gonna go over the limit, because usually it's gonna go all the way here, and then your PSU is gonna fuck you up in the ass, and you're not gonna notice it. But you're gonna smell something bad, and it's either gonna be your overclocked PSU, or your overclocked CPU, or your overclocked video card, or your fucking brain is fried up because you overclocked your brain, your heart, and your blood too. So restart and see. So that's how you overclock your video card. Now if you want to undervolt it, I would not advise you if it's already fucked up, but what you have to do undervolting is you can see that at this frequency is going to consume 906 voltage on its default clocks, default this graph, but undervolting means reaching the same number on the lower frequency. So I'll have to put this 1890 906, and I have to keep this number, raise it up, okay, and check, run this write this benchmark test, and see if that shit is stable, doesn't show you any ton problems, then you keep it and you continue with this, you increase it, and make sure this graph is as smooth as you can. Okay, but I'm not gonna do that, because if I press this, it's gonna bug out unless it's in perfect condition. But to play Battlefield I don't need a perfect condition, or do I? But sometimes if this shit is right, then I can press this and it will just do the benchmark test. Fuck's sake. Anyway, I hope you solve your mystery. Baby RTX 6. Peace. I'm gonna continue how to restart.